There are 5 business credit cards in 2025 offering 0% interest that can get you $50,000 or more for your business, even if you're just starting out. If you're a real estate investor, this could be the difference between you closing a deal fast or watching someone else snatch it because you didn't have the funds ready. Imagine having $100,000 at 0% interest to cover down payments for hard money or private money deals, renovation costs for your next flip, paying contractors without touching your savings, or even business coaching, mentorships, or investing into automated systems for your business. Now listen closely. If you skip the steps that I'm about to share, you'll either get denied or even worse, small limits like $1,000 where you can't even use it. Limits like that won't grow your business. I need you to be different with this. Most people are out here applying with the wrong setup, bad timing, or even thinking net 30 vendor accounts are going to help them get to where they want to be. Trust me, I've been there. They're wasting their time and money. So look, if you're tired of watching other investors win while you're sitting on the sidelines, while also maxing out your personal credit cards, this is a wake-up call. Before we get started, I'm going to kindly ask you to smash that like button below because YouTube uses small factors like that to push videos like this out to more people who need help. Let's go ahead and get into it, starting with number 5. The first on the list is the Bank of America Business Advantage Customized Cash Rewards Credit Card. I really love it. It's one of my first business credit cards ever, and it comes at 0% interest for the first 9 billing cycles. So that averages around about 9 months. This is really great because at 0% interest, whatever you borrow from this business credit card, you only have to pay the minimum amount every single month. So now let me ask you, if you use $10,000 to invest in your business, can you at least pay $200 a month to pay back that credit card? If you have a business and you're not blowing that money on vacations, food, clothes, or whatever, most people are going to be able to say, yes, I could pay $200 just to be able to keep this credit card active. The great thing about business credit cards in general, including Bank of America, is that their application does not require bank statements, doesn't require tax documents, does not require any type of proof of income. Most of these business credit card applications and everything that I'm going to be showing you today are going to have an application where they're going to ask for stated income. They're not going to ask for any proof of income at all. So that's how new businesses are able to apply because they're not putting $0 on their application. They're putting their projected income that they're going to make for that first year. And I don't know about you, but I don't start a business unless I feel comfortable. I have confidence in myself that I'm going to be making at least 6 figures that first month. So it is smart on a business credit application to always use your stated income. So what is smart to know about the Bank of America business credit cards is that they have 2 different rules. They got the 312 rule and the 712 rule. The 312 rule states that you're able to get 3 credit cards within the first 12 months, whether they're personal or business, if you do not have a business checking account or a personal checking account. Now the 712 rule, as you could probably guess, you can get up to 7 credit cards within the first 12 months if you have a personal or business checking account. So that's going to be the main difference. A lot of these banks, they want to see that you have a previous relationship with them. If you have a personal checking account or business checking account, that shows that you're looking to build a long-term relationship with them. And if you scratch their backs by opening a checking account and putting deposits in, they're going to scratch yours. I always suggest that you open up an account beforehand and build a relationship. That's just going to significantly increase the chances of you getting approved. Now, the next card is by far my favorite. It's the U.S. Bank Business Platinum Card. The reason why I love the U.S. Bank Business Platinum Card is because it is the first business credit card that I ever got. When I first started my business, I learned about the data points that different banks are looking for. I opened up a checking account with U.S. Bank. I deposited about $5,000 in there. And about 45 days later, I went and applied and got approved for $25,000 on my first 0% interest business credit card. And let me tell you, my business was brand new. It was within the first year of business. So that just shows if I'm able to do it, you are able to do it too. Also, another reason why I like it so much is because it has 0% interest for 18 months. That's a whole year and a half. There's not a lot of business credit cards out there that are offering 18 months of 0% interest. With this business credit card, there's not a lot of thrills with it. There's not a lot of points you're going to be able to get. This card is specifically built so that you could have 0% interest for the longest. But for real estate investors, this is going to be great because now you could use the funding off of this card to pay for down payments, to pay for rehabs. And as long as you have an exit strategy, as in if you're looking to sell or do a cash out refi, you will always be able to pay back this 0% interest card and be able to pay back yourself before the 18 months runs up. Another very important tip that you should know before applying for any of these business credit cards is making sure that your business is set up properly. One of the most important things that you should do is make sure that your business has the right NAICS code. The NAICS code, which stands for the North American Industry Classification System Code, is basically a code that the banks secretly use to categorize your business and determine how risky your business is. If the NAICS code corresponds with anything that's considered high risk, trucking, credit repair, even real estate investing, there's a good chance they're not going to approve you for maximum funding. For all my real estate investors out there, unfortunately, real estate is considered one of those high risk codes. So what I suggest you do is when you set up your business, that your business name is not going to automatically correlate to real estate investing. You can come up with LLC names such as ABC Solutions, ABC Consulting, or ABC Enterprises, making sure that your business name is as general as possible. The last thing that you want to do is put yourself into a corner and not get approved for the funding that you want. I actually went online to be able to find this guy, but then I added some more codes to this that were not actually included. So for all my business owners that are not real estate investors, but they're looking to be able to get access to capital, avoid some of these NAICS codes, right? Auto dealers, natural gas distribution, law practice, insurance brokers, pawn shops. These are going to list out all the high-risk NAICS codes that the banks are going to use to automatically deny you. And that's the last thing that we want to happen. You might be asking, okay, those are all the high-risk ones that we should avoid. What about the NAICS codes that we should use? So I went to the NAICS.com website, which is the official website for the NAICS code. And I'm going to show you the top 2 NAICS codes that I use for most of my business applications. The first one is 541-613, which is marketing consulting services. Now you could also use 541-990, which is all other professional, scientific, and technical services. So for about 75% of all my business credit applications, I typically put one of these NAICS codes. Now what you can do is use one of these NAICS codes to make sure that you're not getting denied for dumb reasons. So now number 3, I'm going to go to one of my favorite credit card companies. It's American Express. The first one we're going to start off with is the Blue Business Cash Card. This was the first American Express card that I ever got. What I love about it is 0% interest for 12 months. So full year, you do not have to pay any type of interest. You only have to pay the minimum amount. Another great thing about this card, and really just American Express in general, they have a soft pull feature, meaning that you're able to fill out a soft pull pre-approval application so that you are able to know whether you get approved or not before you actually apply. So you don't have to waste a hard inquiry. They're only going to do a soft pull, so there's going to be no effect to your credit at all. This is going to be really great for any type of funding sequences where you want to save as many hard inquiries as possible for later on in your sequence. The last thing that you want to do is waste hard inquiries on applications where you don't get approval. Now, the next business credit card is the Blue Business Plus credit card. This is the brother to the Blue Business Cash Card. It is also 0% interest for 12 months. This is going to be great because now you can go to American Express and double dip. With only one hard inquiry, you can actually go and apply for the Business Plus credit card and the Blue Business Cash Card, all with the same hard inquiry. That's the magic of using American Express. Most banks are going to give you a hard inquiry for every product that you apply for. But for American Express, you're able to get up to 4 products with only one hard pull. So it's amazing and a great way so you could be able to maximize your approvals. The pulls on American Express are going to vary based on where you live, but most of the time they're going to be pulling from Experian. Some other places they may be pulling from Experian and TransUnion. So that's just important to know. Look, I know you want to hear number 1, but before we jump into that, I want to make sure that we understand some of the prerequisites. We talk about a lot of these different business credit card products, but it is important to know that we're going to have to personally guarantee these different types of products. So what does that mean? When you apply, these credit card companies, these banks are going to look at your personal credit. 99% of all business credit card applications at traditional banks are going to ask to see your personal credit. I don't care what everybody says that you can get $100,000 with a 580 credit score. They're lying to you. With knowing that, it's so important that we fix our credit. We have to make sure that we are seen as credible and lendable when we go to these banks. My favorite is using a 3-bureau credit report where we're able to see TransUnion, Experian, and Equifax lined up side by side, because it's so important that we can see our true FICO score. In order to get one, it is a paid subscription, anywhere between $25 and $30 a month. But with my partnership with MyScoreIQ, you're able to get access to this for only $1. I'm gonna put the link somewhere in the comments. For all those people who do not have MyScoreIQ, what you can do is use Credit Karma for now. I would not trust the credit score, but I like Credit Karma because it gives a general idea of what's actually being reported on your credit. So if you're familiar with Credit Karma, they have a page that breaks down all the top factors that determine your overall credit health. So what you want to do is go to that page where it says credit health and look at these 6 different factors. These different factors are going to determine whether you're going to get approved or not. The greater majority of the approvals or denials come back to what is reporting on your credit. Credit score is okay, but it's not a strong determining factor whether you're going to get approved or not. Because look, I know people with 800 credit scores who are still getting approved for American Express cards. But then also I know people with 680s who are getting approved for $10,000 to $25,000. So what's most important is what is actually being reported on the credit report. The person who had an 800 credit score, yes, they had phenomenal payment history, but they only had about 2 or 3 accounts, most of them being student loans, and the other one being an authorized user credit card that wasn't even hers. And the person with a 680 credit score had strong credit history, had a whole bunch of different accounts that had aged very well. And the only thing that was holding back their credit was because of a little bit of high credit usage. What you can do is go to Credit Karma and look at these different factors. These are going to be the most important 6 factors. The first one is payment history, making sure you have no late payments on your credit report at all, especially within the last 24 months. Credit card usage, making sure that your credit utilization is under 10%. Derogatory marks, no charge-offs, no bankruptcies, no collections, no repossessions, no negative items at all on your credit. Credit age, making sure the accounts that are reporting on your credit have strong age, making sure you age out these accounts as long as possible, not applying for a whole bunch of new accounts all at one time. Total accounts, making sure that you have at least 10 or more positive accounts on your credit, with 2 or 3 being personal credit cards with at least a $5,000 limit. And then hard inquiries, making sure that you have under 4 hard inquiries per credit reporting agency. Making sure that you have these factors in line are going to be huge and can determine whether you're going to get approved or not. And also another thing, for all my people who have been through a credit repair process before, know that a lot of credit repair companies, before these companies dispute, a lot of times they like to freeze these secondary bureaus. That's ARS, LexisNexis, SageStream, CoreLogic. For that credit repair process, it's not very needed. However, it's a very popular thing that people do right now. And a lot of times these companies do not unfreeze them after they complete your credit repair process. And because of that small mistake, a lot of times people get denied. I'm mentioning this because it's happened to me, where I fixed my own credit, I froze ARS, and applied for a U.S. Bank Business Platinum card. And I initially got denied because not only does U.S. Bank pull from TransUnion, but they're also going to be looking at ARS and some other secondary bureaus. But the moment I unfroze those secondary bureaus, went back and applied, that's how I got approved for that $25,000 0% interest business credit card. If your profile does not look like this, if you don't have everything unfrozen, you don't have your credit utilization paid down, you still have late payments, charge-offs, collections on your credit, there's things that you need to complete before you actually apply to make sure that you're not getting small limits or even worse, denied. Quick break. If you've been trying to fix your credit and you're tired of wasting time on template letters that don't work, you've gone through credit repair before but got no results, or you're just tired of going to YouTube channel and you just don't know who to trust. Look, I promise you, I know, I've been there. Just go ahead and stop. Now, let me tell you, Dispute Beast is unlike any other AI credit repair software out there. It uses 3 powerful strategies at once: Metro 2 consumer law and factual disputing to get negative items deleted permanently. No studying all day, no printing, no mailing, just plug in your credit report, click one button, and it does the rest. People like Brittany gained over 200 points across all 3 bureaus. Even Bill jumped over 600 points. This is real. Don't need a credit repair company, and you don't need old school tactics anymore. The link for Dispute Beast is in the description and pinned in the comments. So now the number 1 card is the Chase Inc. Business Unlimited Credit Card. This is one of the top 0% interest business credit cards in the game. For one, it has 0% interest for 12 months, but also they give 1.5% cash back on rewards for every purchase. But also something that a lot of people don't talk about is they have that 750 bonus cash back offer, meaning that if you spend $6,000 on purchases within the first 3 months after account opening, you get $750 free cash. Who doesn't like free money? And I aim for cards like this where you're able to get the intro bonus because I use a process called manufactured spending, where I'm able to liquidate the cash from my credit cards and be able to pay it back. What I could do is liquidate the credit cards all at one time, take the cash, put it in my bank account, and by doing that, I'm automatically getting that $6,000 bonus. How I'm able to do that is by using manufactured spending, and there's a lot of different ways on how you can liquidate credit cards. Comment the word liquidate in the comments if you want me to create a video specifically on how you could be able to do that yourself. The great thing about Chase is that not only do they have one business credit card at 0% interest, but they also got another one. They got the Inc. Business Cash Credit Card, another 0% interest credit card for 12 months, 5% cash back, and earn another $750 bonus cash back when you spend $3,000 within the first 3 months. This is another opportunity for you to be able to get free money by using manufactured spending. I love Chase because they have these 0% interest business credit card options, but it's also important to know for all these business credit cards, the account and the utilization does not report on your personal credit. I'm gonna say it again. The account neither does the debt report on your personal credit. That is the magic about business credit cards in general. I've even had clients get approved for crazy high amounts on these 0% business credit cards with Chase. Some people get approved for $50,000 and $75,000 on one business credit card each. It's crazy. No other bank is doing that right now. This is going to be huge if you need a whole bunch of cash at 0% interest as fast as possible. The best thing to do is to be able to stack up your credit cards and find the credit cards that give out the highest amounts per credit card. When it comes to Chase, it's very important that you have a previous relationship with them. Yes, you can get approved for a business credit card or a personal credit card right off the bat. But just like I said earlier, banks like this like to see that you have a previous relationship with them. So making sure that you have a checking account with them, you're depositing money in it, you have at least $2,000 to $5,000 in that bank account before you actually apply. And of course, the people who are getting approved for the $50,000 and $75,000 cards, they have a significant amount of money in their bank accounts and they also have strong credit. So look, I'm gonna tell you this, most people watching this right now are not going to take action. They're going to sit down, watch this video from beginning to end and not do anything with this information. But those who do are going to see approvals like one of my clients, Darlington, where he got approved for $80,000 in business credit and lines of credit with his first round of funding. Or like other people in our community who are getting approved for $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 on one business credit card. So look, if you're serious about getting your first $50,000 in business credit to fund your real estate deals, to fund your projects, or even just scale your hustle, you could be able to book a call with my team below. If your credit is not ready, we have Dispute Beast to be able to help you out with that too. So these are the best 0% interest business credit cards that are accessible nationwide as of spring 2025. But look, it's very important to understand that banking policies change all the time. So it's best to be able to act fast. Look, I'll see you on the next one.